SMT Nation, we back. Nation, I had a request to do these Comcast earnings. No objection for me. You guys know I give the people what they want. All right, this one on Comcast. This is XFinity Home Internet Service. And it was their quarter earnings last week. And I don't bother like listening to their earnings conferences. Theirs are by far the worst in the entire industry. I mean, you think the wireless carriers lie and sell wolf tickets? This shit is insane. These companies are the worst. Anyways, they straight up lie and deceive their investors. It is bonkers. But anyways, I want to cover that for you guys. It's a good, kind of way to kind of close out earnings season. We got Comcast, Xfinity, and then there's also Spectrum, Charter Communications, and then that basically close out the entire industry once we've covered them all. Anyways, link for the article from Fierce will be down in the description. Ways to support us can be found there as well. All right, Comcast loses 34,000 broadband subs in Q4, says domestic broadband business remains strong. Okay. You losing your core customer base? Remain strong. Cool. All right, cool story. Let's see. All right, so Q4 2023, Comcast lost 34,000 domestic broadband subscribers, biggest quarterly broadband loss in 23. Basically, the entire year was littered with losses, covering all the earnings over the course of the year. We did see some quarters obviously worse than others, but Comcast was losing customers every step of the way. Broadband revenue, on the other hand, rose nearly 4% during that period. I noted that when I was taking my notes, when I was looking at all the numbers. I think Comcast did a nice job to boost revenues, and also looking at like ARPU and increased margins. They were able to increase their cash flows, right, relative to the services that they provide. So on a per customer basis, they're producing more money, right? And I think that's the message they're going to send home to their investors. Better than expected when it comes to subscriber losses. What? So they must have been expecting 50,000 losses, maybe? So for the year 2023, they lost 66,000 subs to their core business or service. They said domestic broadband business remains strong, very largely in healthy base of customers. Subscribers are flat, while growing residential average revenue per user by 3.9%. So financially, right, you could say that there are some strengths, but as a core business, they're clearly being impacted by competition. The thing about cable that we always have to remember, their explosive pricing model creates opportunity for churn. And that churn has been going to fixed wireless access, namely T-Mobile and Verizon, right? A third of T-Mobile's customers are coming from the urban core. And Verizon has been building C-band mostly in the urban core for the first year of its existence. Those services are connected to the urban core, which means they're the ones competing with cable. And they're taking their customers. So... And all this goes into like the ACP program and all those things, and not to discredit what Comcast is building, they've passed over 1 million new homes and businesses in its footprint. They're increasing the reach of their network. They're adding more places where they can serve, and they've already started upgrading their network with DOCSIS 4.0 in some key markets. Totally get it, right? I'm not trying to discredit any of that. Those are things obviously future looking that provide some opportunity for growth. But I just want to say this is like, it's an interesting world where cable has really focused its main energy on adding, the business segment for growth is actually wireless, where Verizon is their gatekeeper with respect to having network access. I think, Comcast adding 315,000 subs in that business is nice, but they're losing customers. And if they hadn't gotten that MVNO deal with Verizon, they would probably be losing a lot more, right? So it's a retention play, and it reduces their revenue because you have to, pay more to have those customers stay on. And with the new deal that they have with Verizon, we're assuming that they've improved their rates and they've been making a little bit of money possibly on some or most of their plans. But it's an evolution that we continue to follow in the industry. But the losses still don't really make any sense, right? You sell broadband, you're the incumbent, and you still have yet to rectify the issue which is the explosive pricing model. Remember, fixed wireless subscribers are not subjected to explosive pricing models, right? They're locked in for X number of years. And then when the rate does increase, it's going to be a $10 price increase. I mean, balloon pricing, explosive pricing from cable usually sounds something like this. I was paying $50 a month, now it's $90. Or I was paying $70 a month, now it's $140. Like, that is a problem, and they still have yet to address this. And of course, if they ever want to change, and want to add customers, that's really the only thing they have to do. I just don't know if they've got the wherewithal to change their business model after all these years, because it sure doesn't seem like that, as they've been losing for the last year. All right. Your thoughts and opinions welcome down below. You're the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.